Yep.
Hey, it's Aaron from GameEnthused.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Winbook TW100, which is a somewhat budget uh, tablet, as you can find, I think, exclusively at Micro Center. Um, it costs about $199. It's the 10-inch model, 10.1, and there's an 8-inch model. I think that's $99. Uh, I mean, admittedly, it is budget. Um, it has, let's see what it has. SD expansion, only up to 64 gig. Mini HDMI out, charges via USB, micro USB. Uh, there's the headset jack there, and it does have a full-size USB 3.0, which is very useful. Power button, and then the volume rocker there. I say budget because it's $200. In terms of the processor, something will pop up on the screen with more detail. I don't remember all the numbers. Some flavor of Intel Atom is in it. And I've had it for maybe a little over a week. And yeah, it doesn't, there's no like official like anti-glare screen or whatever. So I just kind of slap one on there. So if you see fingerprints and smudges and the package doesn't go all the way over to the actual, the edge, that's just because it's not supposed to. Anyway, but it's Windows 8.1, full Windows, and I have to say I do like it quite a bit. I've used it to just edited a podcast on it, no video. I don't know, it's pretty slick. I mean the Windows 8.1 store isn't the most robust store of all, but you'll find enough games and legit apps and stuff such that it's not that big of a deal. Plus, this is running full Windows. So, and one thing is if you do want to sort of appetize, I'm making up a word, like right here, that's actually Internet Explorer, which I usually don't use, but bookmarks can be added to lists of apps. And you can just pin it to the taskbar here, or pin it to, do that again, or pin it to start. So I find this useful, and I'm using Metro Mail as an email client. Oh, one thing I couldn't mention, it does come with 32 gigs on board, like I already mentioned. You can throw in up to a 64 gig card. Do I wish it was 128 or higher? Well, at least 128. Sure, that'd be nice. But for the price, not too bad. And the cameras are adequate at best. There's a front and rear camera, and it does say Winbook on the back. Ooh, look at that. And it also came with a year of Office 365. So you do get Office with it. And I have to say, having used it for a week, I am pretty pleased with it. And if you do get an open box one from Micro Center, and you can't order them online, I think you have to go to the store, or you can order it. You can order it online and then go to the store and pick it up. But I don't think they'll ship it to you. And I think the site might say 50, but for let's see, $40, you get the a nice Poco keyboard here, which you can just pop right in. I love that sound. And one of the cool kind of things is the cover kind of becomes the stand there, and there you go. Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. When you pull it, there's magnets in the cover, so when I pulled it, they came apart. But it does function quite well. Obviously, this is a button as well, using that. So it's a Windows key on there. It's pretty slick, I think, for the price. And I just went away for the holidays, didn't bring my laptop. I brought this, and this did just fine for me. Like I said, it's full Windows, so, and I'm also running Bluestacks. So those of you who aren't familiar with Bluestacks, Bluestacks is essentially Android that you can run in a Windows environment. So you can download a bunch of the games. I did edit this, so it does load up rather slowly, but you can tap the search. And I know it's not here, but the website says shortly. And it'll bring up Google Play. And once Crossy Road is available, I will download it. But yeah, shortly. But let me zoom in there a little bit. You can see a little better. So yeah, you can download Android apps and run them in a Windows environment. Use the touchscreen. It's not quite as snappy as it would be if you're running it natively because you are emulating it. But well, if you're running it, but you're running on top of everything else. So, and I like that you can still, if you're used to some of the commands, you can still use them on the touchpad there, like you slide in from the right, which brings up this stuff here on the right side. Same with switching apps. You just swipe the touchpad there. So, like I say, I think it's pretty slick. Oh, wait a minute. Get out of Bluestacks here. There we go. All right. And you might be wondering about gaming. I mean, because there is a full USB 3.0 slot, you can plug in a funky converter and plug in a GameCube controller, original Xbox controller, OG as the kids might say. There's 2 USB ports on there, or a PS2 controller, or you know, if you really are feeling kind of funky, you can use a mouse that to this day you have no idea why you bought it, because it's just that stupid and useless. I don't know why. What was that? Yeah. But Steam is here, as is my crotch in this video. We'll edit that out starting now. So you can play games like Geometry Wars 3 Dimensions. So you can play, as this is December 1st, 2014, you can play the new hotness. One of the other kind of not so good parts is the sound on this is not the greatest. But as you can see, I just plugged in a wired 360 controller, which is plugged in. I can turn this thing right there. And I am playing Geometry Wars 3, the adventure mode, which I'm not that good at, but I do like it. I better get good at it because I have to write and do a video review of this game. So, just give you an idea of how great I am. That's not even, yeah. This one with this guy, the terminology on my friends list has like 65 million in some mode. I think I have like 500,000. So, yeah, I'm not that great at this game. Let me turn it down so my voice will not conflict. And it runs fairly well. I was sitting at my parents' house and I figured, let me see what runs. And I plugged it in and was like, oh, this is great. I can keep playing this. So, it's, it has, what they call it, Intel Gen 7 integrated graphics. I don't really know how that translates to anything. I mean, obviously, integrated is not something that people who, I mean, upstairs I have something on, my desktop that clearly lets me play just about everything at full speed. It's not even the latest and greatest, but it's enough to get me to play Geometry Wars. So, I play a lot of indie games and things anyway, like a lot of platformers and things that aren't necessarily graphic intensive. So, I should be fine. Oh, I didn't buy this for gaming, but you can game on it. I think most importantly is you can play One Finger Death Punch, which is available on Steam, maybe Desura, Indiegogo, I don't even know. But this game is awesome. My favorite games. Maybe it was last year, maybe the year before. I don't know. This game is just awesome. If you haven't played it, you should. Play it with a controller. And don't button mash. So I can play 2 games that I really like. Oh, I'm messing up. Got those guys do that. So one of the things that you might, end up being concerned about is, battery life, which is a legitimate concern. This is a tablet, but it also it's a full machine. So it does everything that your desktop could theoretically do. So yeah, you can just take a nice little USB 3.0 hub, which I have only one USB 3.0, but the other are just two. I don't have that many 3.0 devices. When I think about it, I don't have any. Plug in a traditional mouse. Crazy dumb mouse. I don't know. What's that thing? Battery life. I'd say, I don't know, 5 to 7. But you can't do 5 to 7 if you're playing Geometry Wars or you're playing a game per hours on that. But if you're just doing some email, just looking at the web, whatever, some Twitter, you could probably get a good 5 or 6 out of it. But I did say 7 earlier, didn't I? I'm downgrading it now. But the battery life, you can't keep everything running because things, you have to go in and at least stuff that's Metro, you can just swipe down from the top of the screen in order to shut down like you wanted to. Oop, that's not what I wanted. I guess that works for that too. The way you can pull up like a task that are running is you would, well, I only have one thing running. Just swipe down from the top and do it like that. But, I'm pleased with my purchase. It is not a full laptop replacement. My laptop can still, hold more and do a little more. But, if you're just in a hurry and need something quick, it's light, it can definitely fill that void. So, I'm digging it. I think with the cover, you're looking at under $250. So, that's not bad. So, that is my rather garrulous review, whatever, impressions of the Winbook TW100, the 10.1 screen version. I guess that's it. If you have comments, please leave them. I don't get that many, so I will definitely respond to you. Check out more of the videos. It's like 400 of them. Many of them are actually boxing videos where I put stuff back in boxes. I decided not to do that this time just because I put the boxes away and I don't feel like getting them. So, yeah. But there's plenty of videos, a lot of games being played. Check out the podcast, the iTunes, Stitcher, all Game Enthuse all day. All right. That's it for me. I'm going to play some Peggle with this thing. Yeah, let's do that.